Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep. Some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across, I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose, to keep you up and get you aware of what is happening in the contraction called Nigeria, more especially. I bring the information to your doorstep. They are not lies. Most of the videos you're going to watch here are videos that are coming from the conventional media, and some of us sometimes are lazy to get into it. Some of us sometimes are too busy to be able to lay our hand on this. That is why I bring the videos to your doorstep. Watch from beginning to the end. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, so that you can be educated and know what is going on. Let us watch together. At the end, you can go to the comment section and put down your comment. Give your opinion. Say it the way you feel it. Nobody's going to come against you. It's a free world, and this is the social media where people say it and set the record straight exactly the way it is without being controlled. Do that on the comment section. Let us watch the video together as it comes. Thank you.
Let's talking about the opposition. Let's deviate a little bit and get your take on recent reports around claims of drug trafficking and money laundering, of course being tagged to the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. With what lens do you view this reports, let's put it that way, ahead of next year's activities, and what course do you expect events to take during the course of next year?
Look, I went to Chicago myself. Nobody told me I went to Chicago myself. I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who's meant to be the Minister of Labor and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, that it had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pending. A criminal pending. So you don't use a docket for a civil matter. And then right on the very first paragraph on this docket, it says that this is a forfeiture action under under 21 USC Section 881. USC is the United States Criminal Code. I will state it again. USC is the United States Criminal Code. Now, if you're watching at home, you can go on Google and you can fact check me. The United States Criminal Code is Title 18, USC, United States Criminal Code. And I'm going to read what Section 881 of the USC, the Criminal Code, says. Now, this is it. I'm reading it. Nigerians can see it here. This is what I'm reading. It says, the following shall be subject to forfeiture to the United States, and no property rights shall exist in them. All monies, negotiable instruments, securities, or other things of value furnished or intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter, all proceeds traceable to such an exchange, and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this case, it was white heroin. Bola Tinubu was involved in a white heroin cartel. We know, and he was the treasurer of that cartel. And then he put some monies into an account. He was working for Mobile. And as he was working for Mobile, his salary was $2,400. Yet he paid in a total of $1.4 million into several accounts. Now, He was asked to explain how he got those monies. He could not explain how he got those monies. So one of those accounts, the money's in there, $460,000. It was forfeited to the United States government. It was not taxed. Now, there is only one agency of the United States government that has been given the authority to take forfeited amount, and that is the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. If you look at the case of the U.S. state, the state versus Ishmael Zambalda, who was the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, the exact same language that was used in this docket is the exact same language that was used for that man, Ishmael Zambalda. And if you're watching me, you can Google it. That it says that you agree to forfeit $5 million to the United States. Word for word with what was used for Bola Tinubu. The only difference is the amount. Bola Tinubu forfeited $460,000. Ishmael Zambalda forfeited $5 million. But the source of the money came from the same place, drugs.
Yeah, but let me come in very quickly. So some people, of course, of the school of thought will say to you, forfeiture is in fact a civil proceeding, not a criminal proceeding. What do you say to that? Also, an indictment is an allegation. Not a conviction. There is that school of thought around it. Does it hold any weight for you?
No, I have a master's in law from the United Kingdom. You know, the man who came to speak, what's his name, Festus Keyamo. And look, the Legal Practitioners Privileges Council, they have to sanction Festus Keyamo because what he did was either very dishonest or very ignorant or both. And you've got foreign embassies who are watching this and they have equivalent titles to the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. If they watch on television this man speaking so ignorantly and so dishonestly, they're going to tell their own governments that, listen, we need to stop having equivalency with the Senior Advocate of Nigeria because standards have dropped. A forfeiture flows from a... Look, you can have forfeiture in a civil matter, which is rare, but most forfeitures will flow from a criminal charge. Most forfeitures will flow from a criminal charge. And you also have it here in the EFCC in Nigeria. You can check it in the EFCC in Nigeria. You have several governors who have gone to jail. I don't want to mention their names because I don't want to hurt their families. But they forfeited their houses. They forfeited monies in their accounts to the federal government through the EFCC. It's the same thing with the United States. It wasn't a civil matter. I mean, I just showed you the docket. I mean, I hope your cameras can catch it. If you're watching me at home, go on Google. Don't take my word. Assuming Reverend Nomokri is lying to you, check the word docket. A docket is not used for a civil matter. This is a criminal matter. Look at it there. You know, it says there, you know, I'm going to read it for you. Docketed July 28. And then it says that verified complaint of forfeiture. Is a complaint used in a civil matter? So, I mean, these people, they are trying to hoodwink Nigerians. They are trying to pull the wool over the eyes of Nigerians. And it's so disappointing.
Reno, just to butt in there, I mean, yes, the cameras can see the document that you have there, you know, very clearly, and you have displayed it twice. That's okay. But my question is, how is the document that you are holding different from the certified true copy that the U.S. court released last week? And how does that detract from the fact that by 2003, 10 years after, you know, the alleged infringement and the case and everything, that the U.S. court declared that Bola Tinubu was no longer under investigation and that the case had been closed, having forfeited more than $400,000, you know, to the U.S. government. Is there still a case there? And how is this different from the certified true copy that the court released last week?
No. This is the certified true copy. This is it. This is the first page. Don't you see it there? A true copy attested. Thomas G. Burton Clerk. Yeah. This is a certified true copy. This is what you're talking about. This is it. This is a document.
Okay. So it's the same document that Nigerians have seen.
Let me respond to your questions.
All right. Go on.
Yeah, please let me respond to your question. Yeah, so what you have, I'm going to give you a very good example. The United States, you know, they do not have exactly the same kind of criminal system that you have in Nigeria. So, for instance, now, maybe you are charged for an offense in the United States. There's something called a plea bargain. Now, it takes a lot of money to prosecute a case in America. It can take millions of dollars to prosecute a case in America. And sometimes when you prosecute a case in America, you might not even get a conviction. But when you have a defendant in a case who agrees to a plea bargain and says, okay, yes, I know that you've charged me to court, and I know that this and this and this and this are what you're saying. But you know what? Instead of going all the way, I actually agree to these and these charges, and then let's reach a settlement. And that's what happened in this case. In this case, what they were going after, they were not going after Bola Tinubu as the main defendant. They were going after two people. One of them, his name is Muiz Akonde. And then the other one is a gentleman called Agbele. They are both in Nigeria. Now, as I'm speaking to you right now, I will ask Nigerians to go through the list, the Executive Council of the Lagos State Government, and then see if there's any familiar names there, and then begin to ask questions. Why is that person in the Lagos State Executive Council, and what is the relationship of that person to this Akonde that was mentioned in this drug case involving Bola Tinubu? I'm not going to say more, Anyway, so going back there, when you have a plea bargain and then you say, okay, I'm going to forfeit this, then the government walks away because they don't want to go through a lengthy trial. What they just want to do is to destroy your criminal organization. I'm going to give you an example now. You've had several drug cartel leaders, several drug cartel leaders who have reached plea bargain agreements with the United States to forfeit loads of money, to forfeit sometimes as much as hundreds of millions of dollars. And then when that's done, they go their way, and then the United States goes their way, and then their criminal enterprise is destroyed. That is what happened here. The forfeiture of that $460,000 was meant to be punitive, was meant to smash that white heroin drug cartel. And then when the US government felt that they succeeded in doing that, then the case ended. I do agree that this case has been closed. I'm not saying that this case is still pending, but what I'm saying is that as at the time when this case was pending, it wasn't just a civil matter, it arose out of a criminal matter, and that Bola Tinubu was at the heart of this white heroin drug cartel. Okay. And here is the challenge for Nigeria. If we elect, can I finish please? If we elect a known drug lord as our president, it's going to have serious ramifications on our economy. You're going to have what happened in Colombia, where major banks and foreign direct investors did not want to invest in Colombia because their president was linked to drugs. It's going to happen to Nigeria, and that is going to drive the value of the naira down. It's going to have an effect on you when you travel with your green passport, because you are going to be looked automatically as a suspect. We cannot afford that.
Okay, Reno. So is this a moral burden on the candidacy of Bola Tinubu of APC, or is this actionable as far as the PDP is concerned? I know that your party has gone to court regarding the caretaker committee of the APC and all that they did in midwifing, the processes that led to the selection of the candidate. So is this actionable for you, or you are just appealing to the conscience of voters as far as this case that is now closed is concerned?
Well, I mean, whether or not it is actionable depends on the court. So yes, anybody can take this to court, and I will recommend that people do. But we've got, between now and the election, we've got about, I think it's about 3.5 months. So any legal proceeding is not going to see out its shelf life before the end of the election. So what I will say, I'm appealing to Nigerian voters. They're watching me. Look, we've done our best to bring this out to you. We've done our best to make sure that you see this before the election. The question I want to ask you as a Nigerian voter, do you want a known drug lord as your president? Because it's going to have effects on you. It's going to have ramifications on you, on your passport, on your currency, on the way people view you abroad. Is that what you want? So this is beyond even a moral burden. This is a national existential crisis. If we have a known drug lord, look, go and research what happened in Colombia. Go and research what happened in Panama. It affected their economy. It affected even school children, because the amount of foreign aid coming to the country was affected because of the person that they had at the top. Is that what you want for Nigeria? That's all I'm going to say to Nigerians. Think very, very deeply. There are alternatives, better alternatives. You've got Waziri Atiku Abubakar, who has no such encumbrances against him. So Do you want a known drug lord, or do you want a known wealth builder, a known businessman that has verifiable businesses? The choice is up to Nigerians.
All right, Reno, as we approach the end of the segment, we just want to get from you, in light of all the information you've got right now, and of course with the benefit of the wealth of your experience and knowledge in this area, what course do you expect for events to take in this regard, outside of the influence of the Nigerian electorate, knowing the Nigerian system? What are your immediate expectations of events that will unfold following this?
Well, my expectations are that Bola Tinubu will not address this. Bola Tinubu will continue to send fellows like Festus Keyamo, who are morally damaged, to go on TV to try to lie like he did, that this is a tax issue when it's all about drug money, and that, you know, he's going to try to make sure that this goes away before the elections. That's my expectations on the APC. But my expectations for Nigerian people and the media is to continue to put this in the front burner, to continue to talk about this, because Nigerians don't have a very long attention span. Nigerians have a short attention span. So if we don't keep talking about this, if we don't keep bringing this up, people are going to forget about it, and then they could make the mistake of voting a known drug lord as their president. God forbid. Now, on the other hand, what I also expect from the political class, I expect somebody, even though this case is not going to be able to.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been educated with this video. I hope you have learned something from the video you just watched. Please go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever you think about the video you have watched, or anything you have learned that you want to share together, go to the comment section and keep yourself busy. It's a free place where people share their opinion. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time a video comes out. And also, share the video to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms, so that people can get aware of what is happening in the world, mainly in the contraption called Nigeria. We have to keep people on their toe, keep people informed on what is going on. That is exactly what we are doing. Every video you are watching in this channel is for the purpose of education and nothing more. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, bye-bye. See you again.